You've probably sung it hundreds of times. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. But what if I told you that this simple little rhyme is doing something extraordinary inside your child's brain? If you're a mother or a father, or a grandparent, caregiver, auntie, or uncle who wants to raise a calm, confident, and capable child, this might be one of the most powerful tools already in your home. Not a new app, not a special gadget, just your voice, your presence, your rhythm. Today, we're exploring the hidden power of nursery rhymes and how they activate the most important parts of your child's brain during the most sensitive window of development, a stage Montessori called the absorbent mind. So if you've ever felt silly for singing the same little rhyme for the 100th time, or wondered if that quiet moment before bed, where you hum a lullaby, really matters, let me tell you something. It matters more than you think. From birth to age 6, your child's brain is in a rare and powerful state. Maria Montessori called it the absorbent mind, a time when children don't just learn. They absorb, effortlessly, constantly, silently. They don't need to be taught in the way adults understand it. They don't need flashcards or worksheets. They just need to live, surrounded by love, by language, by rhythm and order. And during these years, their brain is doing something astonishing, forming over 1 million new neural connections every single second. Let that sink in. Every second. 1 million new connections. This is a time of rapid wiring. The brain is literally being shaped by experience. And what shapes it best? Your daily interactions, the little routines, the playful claps, the soft voice that says good morning or hums while changing a diaper. That's why nursery rhymes aren't outdated. They're not fluff. They're essential. They're tiny containers of everything a developing brain needs. Nursery rhymes are packed with 5 things the brain loves: rhythm, rhyme, repetition, emotion, and story. When you sing something like row, row, row your boat, your child isn't just being entertained. They're being nourished, neurologically, emotionally, and physically. Multiple regions of the brain light up. The language centers decode the words. The auditory cortex follows the melody. The motor cortex kicks in when they clap or rock along. And the limbic system, the emotional center, glows when they see your smile. It's not just cute, it's full body, full brain learning. Language isn't taught with rules and drills. It's absorbed. It's felt. Every time you sing to your child, you're filling their world with rich vocabulary, natural phrasing and tone, proper pronunciation, and emotional warmth. Even if they're not speaking yet, they're soaking it all in. They're learning the melody of your language. This is called prosody, the rhythm and intonation of speech. And it's critical, because prosody helps children understand meaning. It gives words their emotional color. And because rhymes are musical and repetitive, they're easier to memorize and retrieve. The more emotionally meaningful something is, the more the brain holds on to it. So while you may forget what you had for breakfast yesterday, your child will remember "You Are My Sunshine" decades from now. Not just the words, but the feeling of your arms around them as you sang it. When you sing to your child, you're not just helping them learn. You're helping them feel safe. They hear your voice. They see your expression. They feel your body close. And they regulate. Your 2 brains actually sync up. This is called limbic synchrony, a kind of neural dance where you co-regulate each other's nervous systems. This is emotional wiring in action. This is how secure attachment is built. And chemically, you're both releasing oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It lowers stress, strengthens immunity, enhances trust. So every little rhyme, every snuggle song, is laying down emotional roots your child will rely on for years. Now, a moment of honesty. We live in a screen-filled world. Sometimes it feels easier to turn on a show than to sing a song. And some shows, yes, even the famous ones, are engineered to hold attention, not nurture development. They may have music and color and rhyme, but they don't have you. Screens don't pause when your child is overstimulated. They don't back when your child babbles. They don't adjust their rhythm to match your child's mood. You do. Even if your voice is off key. Even if you forget the second verse. Even if you're just humming while folding laundry. Montessori emphasized this beautifully. What nourishes the child most is the real. Real people. Real touch. Real tone. Real rhythm. Your voice is better than any speaker, because your voice is alive. Here's another secret. Nursery rhymes prepare your child for reading. Yes, cat, hat, sat is more than playful. It's practicing phonemic awareness, the ability to hear and manipulate sounds in words. And this skill is one of the strongest predictors of early reading success. So when your toddler repeats rhyming pairs, they're laying the foundation for literacy, without even knowing it. But the benefits don't stop there. Rhymes teach sequencing. They have structure, a beginning, a middle, and an end. This builds memory, pattern recognition, and order, skills needed for math, reading, storytelling, and emotional processing. They also support focus. They train the ear. They ask the child to listen, to wait, to anticipate, and many involve movement. Itsy bitsy spider, pat a cake, if you're happy and you know it. These aren't just games, they're neurological workouts. Montessori said, "The hand is the instrument of the mind." When your child claps, taps, or mimics gestures during a rhyme, they're building fine motor skills, spatial awareness, and brain-body integration. They're learning through rhythm, movement, and joy. So how can you bring this into daily life? You don't need a schedule or a perfect routine. Just sing while zipping up a jacket. Hum while brushing their hair. Clap while putting away toys. Whisper a lullaby before nap. Even 2 minutes a day can anchor a child emotionally. Let's slow it down for a moment. Imagine this. A parent sits quietly, rocking their child after a long, chaotic day. The dishes are undone. The laundry is still in the basket. But in that moment, none of it matters. The parent softly sings, "Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop." And slowly, the child relaxes. Their breath slows, their gaze softens. Because they don't need a perfect parent. They need presence, rhythm, a familiar voice in a fast-moving world. These little rituals, they build resilience. They teach trust. They shape the way a child feels about themselves and the world. This is how emotional literacy begins. And it continues in the rhythms of ordinary life. A rhyme to start the morning, a song while wiping the table, a chant while putting on shoes. Make the rhyme part of your rhythm, and it becomes magic. Here's something beautiful to remember. Children love repetition. They crave it. While we may tire of the same verse, they are mastering it. Each repetition gives them a sense of control, confidence, and joy in knowing what comes next. Repetition isn't boring, it's brain food. So the next time your child says, "Again," smile. Because that's the sound of learning, and years from now, when they've outgrown your lap, they may not remember the color of their bedroom walls, but they will remember your voice. And that one silly, sweet, familiar rhyme you always sang. That song will become a memory, a safe place in their mind, a thread of love stitched into their story. So go ahead. Sing out loud, forget the words, and make them up. Use your child's name. Let them take the lead. Because all of it, every verse, every pause, every giggle, is bonding. And that's something no algorithm can replace. And maybe, just maybe, that little song you've sung 100 times, the one you thought was too simple, too silly, too short, will be the very thing they hum to themselves when they feel uncertain, when they're anxious, when they need comfort. That song will be a thread back to you. This is the hidden legacy of parenting, not the big milestones, but the quiet ones that repeat, the ones that settle in softly and deeply. A rhyme before a nap, a song in the bathtub, a chant while zipping a coat. These aren't extras, they're everything. So if no one's told you lately, you're doing something beautiful, something brain-building, something that science, psychology, and Montessori all agree on. You're giving your child a roadmap to language, rhythm, safety, and love through something as simple as a song. So tonight, when the house is messy, when your to-do list is still half finished, and you wonder, is singing really enough? The answer is yes, because learning doesn't just happen in schools or screens. It happens in breath, in rhythm, in your presence. Your voice is more than sound. It's a signal of safety. It's the soundtrack of their childhood. And long after they've outgrown your arms, they'll carry your song in their heart. So keep singing, even when the world gets noisy, especially when it does. And if you're still here, listening all the way through, it says something about you. It means you care. You're thoughtful. You're willing to slow down in a world that tells us to speed up. You're showing up, not just for content, but for connection. Because parenting isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about creating rhythms and rituals your child can lean on, now and forever. That's what nursery rhymes are. Little anchors, moments of mindfulness. Tiny, melodic reminders that life doesn't need to be loud to be meaningful. And here's something else. Children raised with song tend to sing themselves through life. They sing while they build. They hum while they color. They create their own silly songs in the bath, at the table while waiting in line. Why? Because they've learned that sound isn't just for performance. It's for processing. It's for joy. It's for regulating their inner world. You've given them that. Through your voice. Through repetition. Through intention. So don't underestimate those 30-second songs. They're doing more than you can see. And years from now, when your grown child is humming a lullaby while rocking their own baby, they'll be passing on more than melody. They'll be passing on you. And that is the quiet, lasting magic of what you're doing right now. Thank you for caring. Thank you for showing up. And thank you for believing that childhood deserves softness, rhythm, and song. This is GrasperQuests, where your voice is powerful, your love is enough, and bedtime songs really do build better brains. Please like and subscribe, and tell us in the comments what you sing to your baby. See you next time.